One person who isn't here tonight is my friend David G. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. Guggenguber? Guggengaber, Boober, Bopper. He's great. He's wonderful. He's one of those people you just come across while you're working in these environments in the shelter, which can be very chaotic, can get you down, can wipe you out. And he's just one of those people that sort of inspires you to keep on working at it. He can't be here tonight because of something really silly. That silly thing is that he has to check in at shelter 1 at 5 o'clock. And a lot of people, you check in at shelter 1 and maybe you'll sleep at shelter 1 or 2 or 3. He has to sleep at shelter 1 for various reasons. That means that so if you check in at shelter 1 and you're assigned to shelter 2, you have 4 hours before you have to be there to spend the night. If you are assigned to shelter 1, as he always is, you have to stay there. You miss that 4-hour window, which means that he can't come to this rally. That also means that he can't go to a lot of meetings. That means he can't, he misses his Friday night, basically, which is just an annoying thing. And that's exactly the kind of annoying thing which being homeless is in Madison, right? I mean, I'm not homeless. Is that true?
Yeah!
He's a grown man with a curfew.
He's a grown man with a 5 o'clock curfew on a Friday night.
And he's an activist, and he's got things to do out here, and he's sitting in there.
And he's sitting in there.
And he has worked at least 80 hours on this rally, and he can't even be here because he has to sign in.
Oh.
Fortunately, boo! Yeah, bad. He writes for Street Post, which is the homeless newspaper in Madison. And he wrote something yesterday, and he gave it to me. It's not the whole thing, it's just 3 paragraphs from this. So I can read this, and this is for David. So picture this man about this tall, with white hair, and a cane, and maybe a little bit of stubble, and a bright green sweatshirt, reading this instead of me. As I spent more time, all right, so he just got to, this is about when he got to Madison. And that's Ronnie. Ronnie gets mentioned. Wave Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie! As I spent more time here talking to Ronnie about the homeless situation in Madison, I was a little taken aback by the fact that this city in particular would be so disorganized and dysfunctional about its homeless population, as I had such a different view of Madison from the outside. I grew up in the Chicago area, and all my life I heard about how progressive and innovative Madison is because of the quality education provided and the great research done here at the University of Wisconsin. Even the football team was always highly ranked. So why, among all this only the best will do mentality, are the homeless in this city being treated like Depression-era hobos?
Why?
Right? Why are the shelters here like broken down old dirty flop houses spread out all over downtown? Why are there homeless people hanging out and sleeping around the Capitol Square and down the side streets? This is not the Madison my Wisconsin-born parents brought me up to envision. On March 6th, the Homeless Issues Committee graciously and bravely came to the Daytime Warming Center, which is down on East Washington Avenue. Raise your hand if you've been to the warming shelter, by the way. Woo! Great place. To hear anything from our own ranks that we wanted to address. It was so enlightening to me because I was expecting to hear only complaint after complaint from our members. But instead, these people came armed with good common sense view of their situation and even some interesting suggested solutions and guidelines. So I say to the powers that be, listen to the advocates. Listen to what the homeless have to say, because they really are making a lot of sense. We will get off the streets, get on with our lives, if you just give us the right place, the right resources, and the right guidelines to sustain ourselves, while we climb out of the struggle we never wanted in the first place. We ask for nothing more than to live up to only the best will do mentality that I was taught to envision about Madison. And I assure you that with the proper guidelines and the right environment, the shiftless, lazy, and crazy will either change their view or will move on to some other place that may or may not tolerate them. They will have no other choice.